Okay. Oh, man. Hello, everybody. It is Angela, nurse practitioner with Recrea Health and Wellness. We are here going live today. It's good to see everybody. I'm trying to play with my lights here to decide what I want to do. All right, so it's good to see everyone. We are here today. We're going to talk about anything and everything related to the GLPs and excuse me, anything GLPs and hormones. We could talk about men, we could talk about women on GLPs and hormones. So anything and everything that you would like to talk about, we can talk about it. Hello, Jenny. How are you? Good to see you. So I am streaming on my backup account. I'm actually, I just, oh, I didn't post it yet. Darn it. I'm working on a video on the 3 phases. So about the GLPs. So we will talk about that. I'll probably post that up here in a little bit after I'm done doing my live. I don't know about any of you, but I'm freezing. I would just like to put that out there. Jenny, where are you located? I forget. I don't know if you've told me that or not, but I'm cold. It is 38 degrees here today. We did have snow a little bit earlier. We have some rain going on. It's miserable. I think I need to go get my winter coat. Where are you at, Jenny? You said you're freezing too. I think everywhere is freezing. Somebody said Florida was 50 degrees and they were complaining about freezing this morning. I would love it to be 50 degrees, honestly. I think we're done seeing 50 for quite some time. But it's good to see everybody. So we are talking about GLPs. We are talking about hormones. So any questions that you guys might have, you are more than welcome to ask them. We talk about anything and everything. Oh, Massachusetts. Oh, yeah. So you know what I'm talking about when it's cold. Absolutely. So yeah, you are all very, very familiar with the cold out there in Massachusetts. All right. So I am Angela. I am a nurse practitioner. I actually have a clinic in Medina, Ohio, and I am very happy to see all of you here. And what we can do is talk about GLPs. We talk about anything related to the GLPs. Typically, we end up talking about hair loss. We end up talking about muscle loss. We talk about constipation. We talk about all sorts of things on here. But I am a nurse practitioner. I am actually on them. That is my picture in the background. So anything and everything that you guys want to talk about, you are more than welcome to. I'll usually on here about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. I have a hard stop at about 4:30, I think it is. I have a patient coming in, so it'll be about an hour and a half. So let's start by talking about, okay, somebody said, so I'm assuming, Kat, you're talking about, if you're saying 7.5, you are talking about T. So if you haven't had any WL, then you are, okay, you are talking about T. So my question is, we need to look at a couple different things. And what I always suggest is it's difficult to do on this platform when you haven't had any L, because there's a lot of questions that I have to ask, Kat. But a lot of times you have to look at the calorie intake. Women should be 13 to 1400 typically. You have to look at your protein. It should be at 100 grams. A lot of times when you get in that BMI of 24.9 to 28.29, it is really difficult to have the L. So then it's also how long have you been on? The video that I'm going to post talks about the 3 phases. And a lot of times when you're with us, you should initially, have that L. Okay, so 3 months. So you should have L. Unless you are in that initial phase, which, like first week or 2, but even then, you should have L. So Kat, I would recommend DMing me so I can get those personal questions answered, because that gives me the ability to give you more specific insight. So definitely DM me, and the information is on the screen. And, just reach out to me and I can personally go over more information with you. So Jenny said, my insurance is making me go down. Oh my gosh, I really get so aggravated with insurance. Why do they get to say what you can and can't do? I am a nurse practitioner. I should be the one that can say what you can and can't do, not them. Oh, it's so aggravating to me. So they are telling Jenny that she can't stay at a dose, that she needs to go down. Jenny, have your doctor fight that, because your doctor or your provider is the one that said you need to be on that, not your insurance. So talk to your doctor and have them fight for you to keep you on the dose that you need to be on, because the insurance has no right to decrease the amount that you're on. They have no right. So that is really my point on there. If you can afford to pay for it, I'm more than happy to help you with it, but that is ridiculous. So Kat, the other thing is DM me. Good morning, Jose. It's actually good afternoon here. I don't know where you're at, sir, but it is good afternoon here. All right, depression. So, Grizz Magnana. I don't know how you say your names, but what you're saying? What about depression? Are you on T or on S? So if you could please answer that question for me, because I have seen depression more with T, and I keep forgetting to do this video. I was actually watching TV. I think it was Sunday, and there was a commercial for Zepbound. And on that commercial, it said right across the screen, they fly across those side effects. Okay, so Denise is on T. Um, this was Gris, something that said about depression. Um, so I'm waiting for them to answer. But there was this thing that shot across the bottom of Zepbound, and it said, watch out for increased risk of. Um, oh, okay. I was depression. Okay. So it said increased risk of depression and suicide. I was just like, oh my gosh. And so a lot of people have brought up the Zepbound or T for anxiety. And that is crazy to me, because we have had a lot of people bring up the increased risk of or having anxiety on T and name brand, mainly name brand MJ and Z. So that's very interesting to me. So, if you have depression before or anxiety before you get on these, make sure that you are really working with your provider. Now, I've not seen it as much with S and name brand S, but I have been hearing it more often with T and the name brands of T. So it's just interesting that that's what a lot of people. Now, in my clinic, I don't hear it so much at all, but on this platform, I have had quite a few people tell me that. So, but if you are definitely uh, having issues with that, make sure you reach out to your provider. What's good for testosterone? So, if you're asking GLP, it doesn't matter. They don't have anything to do with testosterone or hormone. They all work really well with those. So, you definitely don't need to worry about that. And that is, they're both good. If you are looking for testosterone, then I would recommend, we can help you with that depending on the state that you're in, but we can definitely help you with that. Or we do labs for $199, and then I can help you figure out what you need to be on, and we can, go from there. Just DM me and I can help you with that as well. My backup page is at Recreal Wellness. That's this page that you're on. My main page is Recrea Health. So please look, go to my main account as well as this page and follow both pages. And I would really appreciate that. My name is Angela. I am a nurse practitioner. And I do have my clinic, which is Recrea Health and Wellness. So hence the names Recrea Health and Recrea Wellness. But please follow both pages. And if you guys could please share my live, I would really appreciate that as well. Metformin is not a GLP. Metformin is in its own class all by itself. And right off the top of my noodle, I can't tell you what class it is. And I don't know its mechanism of action right off the top of my head either. But it does complement the GLPs well. Metformin is a typical first action with um, diabetes, and a lot of times, and for PCOS. And a lot of times we will use metformin by itself for weight loss. So we have used it quite often for a lot of different things that we'll use metformin for. And my PMDD symptoms as well while on S. Oh, let me see. I missed a question from you. Just to let you guys know, TikTok likes to block questions. So it looks like a question. Oh, Miss VG, you're on here. Chicago. Oh, no, you're not. That's from an old time. Okay. Miss or LA Sandy, your question, I don't know if you had a two-part question, but the first part of your question got blocked, or because you put and my PMDD symptoms as well while on S. So it looks like part of your question got blocked because I don't see the other part of your question. Oh, well, thank you, Liv Driscoll. I love that you put that on there because I don't use metformin very often at all. But she did put the information up there on metformin, and I really do appreciate you doing that for me, Liv. I don't use it that all ever. I think I may have prescribed metformin twice in the last 4 years. So it's not a very common one. I don't like it because it has so much gastric side effects with it. So I really just don't use it that often at all. And with the GLPs, I just don't see a purpose for it really, honestly, anymore, because the GLPs with the metformin, you see a lot of gastric side effects. So I really, really don't use it very often at all. Liv, do you use it very often in your practice? I don't know if you do like the GLP practice very much, but I'm just curious if you use it very often in your practice, because I don't. And I know I've had a lot of people will come to me on it, and in their primary will end up taking them off, or they'll come with it diabetes, and then we'll put them on the GLP, and then they end up weaning off of it. They do really well. So we don't have people on that one very often at all anymore. It used to be one of those go-tos. It's an old medication. It's been around for a really long time, and people just don't stay on it very often. Oh, I just passed my boards. That's why you knew what it was last week. So waiting to start practicing, but most type 2 diabetics stay on. You're right. Yeah, that's why you knew exactly what it was. I love that, Liv. Thank you. Usually metformin plus GLP or metformin. Yeah, we metformin though, we aren't seeing people staying on it at all, hardly. I just had a gentleman, when he came to me, he has lost over, oh, I have to watch the L word. Dang it, sorry. 100. And he was on 8 meds when he came to me. And metformin has been cut from 1,000 twice a day down to 500 once a day. And the doctor is telling him now that he is probably going to cut him off of that. And all of his other meds are gone. So with me saying that, a lot of times, a lot of people get off of their meds, but please don't stop meds unless your primary care is monitoring you and doing that for you. Do not stop anything until your primary care tells you what to do and how to do it. You need to be very, very closely monitored in doing that. Okay, so somebody, any opinion on a 6'6", 450 taking a GLP? Yes, absolutely. What I would recommend though, it's hard to give you that information on this platform. So I would definitely no, do not buy from Korea. Okay, I'm going to put a big kibosh on that one right now. Do not buy from Korea. So hold that thought there for a second, Val. Hold that thought for a second. Let me finish Tex and DP's answer there. Please. Okay, so yes, we can definitely help you. So our S is $2.99, our T is $4.50. So I have a very similar gentleman that started with us. He was 447 and he's doing fantastic and he's almost that same height. And we can definitely help. So reach out to us, DM us, and it is a journey. It is a process, it's a program, it's a lifelong, it's, it is something that we can definitely help you with. And it's a lot of teaching, it's a lot of educating, and we can definitely help. And I would highly recommend reaching out to us, and I would love to help with that. Yeah, so you know the journey. So you're going to be a good support for him as well. That is me, and I no, he is not too young. I have somebody currently at 15, a couple at 17. So it's not, no, he is, it's better now because he's going to have great results. And we can definitely help, absolutely 100%. So just DM and we can help you, figure out. We cover 47 states, 47 states. Can't Yeah, and definitely can help. B3 is phenomenal. All the B's are phenomenal and you need those. Okay, so let's get back to the buy from Korea, the gray market. You do not want to. You need to stay with an FDA regulated pharmacy. When you buy from different countries, you don't know what you are getting. You have no idea what you're getting. You may one time get a great product and the next time get a crappy product. You can get very ill from them. You don't know what's in it. You have no idea what's in it. It's not been tested. It's not been third party tested. So what we do as a you're welcome, Tex and DP, sorry. When you're getting them from the gray market or you're getting them from Japan or Korea or whatever, or sometimes even from Canada, because my videos have been stolen often, and one of them we know for sure was from Canada. And you just don't know for sure what you're getting. And you need to be very careful in vetting what you're getting and making sure that you are being safe. And that is what my goal and my job is to make sure that you're safe on these. All I want to do is teach and educate you. And you need to know where you're getting it from. Yeah, so Jose says, I know if you get it from the gray market, they're not reliable if something happens. Exactly. And, a lot of them are scamming. So a lot of times they're taking your money and you don't get a product. And there's no recourse. You can give them your money and you're not going to get any product, or you may get a product that makes you really, really sick. And or you're going to get a product and you have absolutely no results. So earlier we had somebody say they've been on it for 3 months with no results. I don't know where you're getting it from. And that could be the case of why you're not having any results. Because typically when you're getting it from us within a week or two, actually within a day or two, you are noticing something. And that a lot of times when you're getting it from somewhere else, you're not getting results, and that's why. So the other thing is when you're not getting results, you need to look at your concentration. And before I explain this, can everybody please share my live, and can you please follow both of my pages? So I have a backup page, which is the page that you're on currently, which is Recrea Wellness. Then my main page is Recrea Health. So, hello, Barb. So I have two pages, Recrea Health and Recrea Wellness. And if you could please follow both pages, and then if you could please share my live, that would be fantastic, and I would really appreciate that. And then I would, so when you're looking at your concentrations, so what you need to do is you need to look at S. So with S, there is your 5 milligrams / 1 ml. That is what we have. It's the top concentration, and it's the highest concentration available. So the highest concentration is what we use. Then that is $2.99 for 4 weeks worth. So what happens is there is a 2.5 / 1 ml. There is a 1 milligram / 1 ml. So when you're looking at your dosing, you need to make sure that you are getting the top dose. Now, when you have tea, what's super crazy about tea is there is 10 milligrams / 1 ml. I've seen 12 milligrams / 1 ml, 15, 17, and then we have 20. So there's 20 milligrams / 1 ml. So when you are looking at what you're getting, you need to make sure you understand what dose you're getting. So when you're not having results, it could be because of the dose that you're getting. So you need to really pay attention to the dose, and you need to make sure that you know what you're getting. Hello, Jennifer Evans. I remember you. It's good to see you. So when you're looking at your dosing of these medications, make sure that you know exactly what you're receiving. And then if it says on that vial, research only, that's coming from a different country, and or if it has like a foreign language in it or anything like that, it's coming from somewhere else that you don't know where it's coming from. So you need to be very, very careful in knowing where your GLPs are coming from. All right, so that's like super, super important. So you need to just make sure of that. All right, does anybody have any other questions in regards to any of that? Please share my live. Please also, if you have any questions, please ask those. Please also follow both of my pages. I have Recrea Health and I have Recrea Wellness. I do go live Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays on TikTok. And then if you're on one of the other areas, I do really appreciate you guys being with me. And on my Recrea Wellness page, I really do appreciate you. So let's talk about hair loss, because that does tend to be one of the hot subjects that everybody wants to know about. So when you are on any kind of program where you are really watching what you eat and you're trying to be really healthy, what you need to do is make sure that you are getting your protein. Because if you're not getting your protein, then you are going to lose your hair. So protein is extremely important. Women need to get about 100 grams a day, and guys need to get about 120. So what you need to do is make sure that you are also getting a good collagen. So this is the collagen that I really like, and I do this every day in my first protein shake of the day. So this is Nutrafol, and this is one of my favorite. So if you're interested, please DM me and I can help you get this. And then also I like Nutrafol hair vitamins. And this is, once you have noticed that you're starting to lose your hair, this is a really good one for you to get. You do have to take 4 capsules a day. And I'm not really good at remembering to take my capsules, but I do like that. So my products are $2.99 for S, and then $4.50 for T in most states, and we do cover 47 states. So the reasoning, Val just came back, but the reasoning for not getting your products from Korea, they're not reliable. You don't know what you're getting. You anytime you use the gray market, and that's what Korea would be the gray market. They're not regulated. So they could be sending you to a watered down product. They could be sending you a very potent product, but you don't know exactly what you're getting. So what you could do, Val, is get your products from us. But a lot of times when you get them from other countries, of course, they're super cheap because they're not regulated. So you want to be super careful. what you can or what you are getting. We don't have any membership fees. We don't have contracts. We don't have cancellation fees. We do one, you could buy us 1 month at a time. We don't do, where we ship you 3 months at a time because there's no preservatives in our products. So what happens is they only last for, 1 to 2 months at a time. So you really want to be careful with what you are receiving, because if you are getting these from other countries, you really truly don't know what you're getting. I have had people tell me, oh, they were deathly ill. They didn't have any results at all. So when you're getting them from other countries, you are really putting your health at risk. So that is really truly why you don't want to get them from other countries. The FDA may be difficult at times, but it really does protect us as well. So you want to get them from a reputable, FDA regulated pharmacy, and you want to get them from a prescriber that has a license within the United States. So I actually have a license in the United States. I have an Ohio license. I have multiple state license, but I also do have a physician that I work with that has 50 state license. So, we are licensed within the United States. And so what the process is you would contact us, DM us. We give you intake paperwork, and then we do a telehealth visit. So, we want to see you face to face, and then you have a weekly check-in, and we make sure that you are staying healthy. And then if you ever need us, you're able to always get a hold of us, which is fantastic as well. So, we are always trying to keep you very safe and keep you happy and healthy as well. So that really is why, Val, because it's not safe. You can get really sick from those medications out of country. So the other thing that we can talk about is constipation, because constipation really is honestly a big issue as well. So constipation is really important. I did just put up a list of things that you need to make sure that you're taking when you're on these medications, especially to help keep you from getting constipated. The best thing to do is to make sure that you are moving your bowels every single day. Okay? And I'm not joking. Every single day you need to have a bowel movement. And then people are like, oh, well, I don't eat enough. Yes, you do. You definitely eat enough to move your bowels every single day. So the first thing you need to do is take fiber. So what I highly recommend is either Metamucil gummies or Mira fiber every day. And what you want to do is you start out taking those slowly to begin with. And that is, you want to take that, you are going to take that so what you do is one a day for a couple days, two a day for a couple days, three a day, every day. Then you are going to I like Leaf Air. I like gummies, so that's why I take Leaf Air. It's a gummy, and that's for the ladies. Then the other one is ZenWise. So the guys on here, I hope Jose's still on here, but ZenWise has one for the ladies, has one for the guys, also has a no bloat, which is really good as well, because the no bloat actually has enzymes in it. So digestive enzymes, which are really good, especially, so Jose, I actually did finally find one for the gentleman in here. And what that does is the ZenWise has probiotics and digestive enzymes. So it helps get that food moving through your stomach so it doesn't just sit there. So the probiotics helps keep you regular as well. It's not a gummy, Jose, sorry. So boy, wouldn't that be great, since I love the gummies so much, but ZenWise does not have gummies. So you because we were looking for a probiotic for the guys as well, but now we have one. Then you can also take the Mag 14-in-1, which the guys can take, and the ladies. And that is, when you take all three of those, you don't need Miralax every day. So with the Metamucil, and I was just doing Metamucil and Miralax every day, and I was moving my bowels every day. But now that I'm taking the Metamucil, Leaf Air, and the Magnesium 14-in-1, I don't need Miralax every day. So I am now doing Miralax like 2 to 3 times a week, which is fantastic. I'm like super excited about that, but you still can. Then, if you don't move them for 2 to 3 days, there's something on my TikTok videos on my Recrea Health side, and it's called Senna Plus. It's in a light green bottle, and it is amazing, but it is potent. I'm not joking with you. It is some strong stuff. And I would recommend giving that a try if you need it. But hopefully, with those other 4 things, you don't need that as often because it's pretty strong. It's pretty brutal. So I would recommend not using that. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm yawning. I would recommend not using that very often if you don't need it. Okay, so we've talked about hair, we've talked about constipation. Oh, something, and I'm going to do this video, is what do you do to prevent the weight gain when you get off of these? Okay, I'm never going to go off. I won't ever go off of these because I just have been a yo-yoer my whole life, my whole adult life, and I don't ever want to go back to that person behind me. So I will probably be on these forever because I know me. So in the comments, could you guys put on here, do you think yes, if you can go, if you think you can go off, or no, if you don't think you can go off. So just yes if you think you can go off, no if you don't think you can go off. Thank you for the emojis, Veronica. She's on the phone right now, so she thought she could put that in there. Okay, so far we have a no. And the reason why I don't think I can go off is because of the fact that I was just a yo-yoer. And somebody said, but it's expensive. It is. And so what is cool is, and I've had a lot of people be able to do this, is you can stretch it. So if you're doing your protein, your hydration, you can actually, oh my gosh, maybe I need oxygen. Sorry. You can actually stretch these. So thank you for the roses. I appreciate that. So you can actually go down on the lower doses to like 1 ml S, because less is a lot less expensive. So you can go down on the lower doses and you can actually stretch it out. So you can stretch out to like 0.25, 5.5, or 1 milligram of S and stretch it out to 10 to 14 days. So that makes it a little bit less expensive and a little bit more tolerable and expense wise. And that's what makes it a little bit easier to deal with because you're stretching it out a little bit better. So that is how a lot of people deal with the cost of it, because if you're doing your protein and your hydration, you can deal with that food noise and that hunger. And that's how a lot of people deal with it. So the protein and hydration definitely do help control that hunger and craving a lot more for you. So that is one thing that I do recommend. So is anybody else going to put in there, yes, they think they can get off of these, or no, they don't think they can get off of them? Just wondering what everybody else thinks on there. I have been off just for like surgeries in 4 years. That's really honestly the only time I've ever gone off. I don't know why I'm yawning. Lack of oxygen. Okay, somebody, Deanna says no. Yeah, the two of you that put on there, no, are you on T or on S? So I would, if you are, thinking about, maybe trying to titrate off, switching to S, because S is a lot less expensive. Okay, both of you are on T. So maintenance dosage, if you're considering maintenance, I would seriously consider switching to S, because for our S is $2.99. So S maintenance dose is 0.25 or 0.5. And then you can stretch it out 10 to 14 days, which is going to make it almost $2.99 for 2 months. If you're going to do T, then what you need to do is you're going to go to the 3 or 6 milligram, or 2.5 to 5 milligram, and then you're going to stretch that out 10 to 14 days. So that's how you do that. So Jose says, sorry, I'm driving. can't comment sometimes. That's fine, Jose. You need to be safe. That is mainly why I cannot go without it. Yeah, it is. It's hard because of that noise and that hunger and craving. Because, yeah, you just don't want to go without it because none of us want a G back. None of us. And I am right there with you guys because I did it so many times. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I am sorry. Wowzers. This is water, but it's just not cutting it, I guess. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, I don't ever want to go back. And I used to, my trigger was salt. So what I would do is, we would eat something salty. Did you have a long day? That's why you're yawning. Yesterday was a really long day, and then today has been a little bit slower than normal. And I think that's probably why, because we're used to like bam, 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 bam. And yesterday was really busy. And I think today has just been a little bit calmer than normal. And I think maybe that's why. So it's just kind of been like more laid back. So maybe that's why. I don't know. But I've had my normal amount of caffeine. So who knows? It's just more laid back. And Luna's not here. So maybe that's why. It's just quieter in the office. And then we've had the music off for a couple hours because I was doing some extra videos. Who knows? But maybe I need a nap, but it's too late now. So no naps for me because I won't sleep tonight. All right. So yeah, but my trigger was salt. So say we went out and we would have, like, I don't know, Mexican or Chinese or whatever. And then I would retain water. And that water retention, it would take me like a week to get it off. So then that would just trigger me. And I would be like, screw it. And then I would just pack on. And then I would put on like 10, 15, 20. And I would just yo-yo back up. And my comfort was always like 220, 180. And every 6 months, I was at one extreme or the other. And it was terrible. And I was just constantly doing that for 15 years, I want to say it was. And finally, 4 years ago, I found these, and then it just changed my life. And a lot of you are probably in that same boat. And it was just amazing that happened. And, it's just been a phenomenal thing. So, I live this journey with you guys every single day. And I am so fortunate that I get to be on this platform and just, really excited. Oh, and by the way, this morning I woke up to 40,000 followers on my other page, Recrea Health, which was super exciting. I have been working really, really hard to get a lot of followers on my other page. So I was like ecstatic this morning when I woke up. So I really thank all of you for all of that. But, make sure that you follow both pages, Recrea Health and Recrea Wellness. This is my backup page, so I'm trying to grow this page as well. But thank you so much for all of your support. And I am not crying. Hey, Frank. Hello, Frank. So Frank just popped on. But we are talking about GLPs, Frank, which I know you don't need, and we're talking about hormones. So, any questions? You guys are very quiet today. Nobody's like really asking a lot of questions. You're just letting me ramble on and on and on and on. Which, if you guys know me, I've got the gift of gab going on today. But yes, so let's see. We've talked about get bows. We've talked about hair loss. We've talked about, let's see, what else do we need to talk about? All right, so we have Sema for $2.99 in most states. We have T for $4.50 in most states. We cover 47 states. We are in Medina, Ohio, so we can help you with anything that you need to know. Yeah, so Frank asked, what's my hormones? Are they good? Hey, you are doing pretty darn good, sir. Yeah, you definitely. So we checked Frank's labs a couple months ago and he was doing really good. If you want to come back in, Frank, and get them checked again, you are more than welcome to. So we actually check labs across the country for $199. And then we can prescribe in several of those states. And then I am able to get you in touch with somebody that can take care of those labs if you are ever interested. And I can help you with that as well. And we can pass on any of the blood work. But we do free consultations all across the country. So if we do check your blood work, and I not only do your hormones, but so what our blood work actually looks at is your vitamin D level, your B12 level. We do 4 thyroid tests. So not just that one test that your doctor looks at, and then your TSH, and then they're like, oh, you're fine, it's normal. We actually optimize it. So a lot of times they're going to tell you, oh, it's normal at anywhere between 0.42 and 4.200. We actually want that level at 1.500. And if it's not close to that, we're going to tell you naturally how to get it there. So what we do is we will actually help you figure out how to get that level there naturally. But we actually look at 3 other tests as well. Then we look at 4 hormone tests. We look at your iron, we look at your kidney, liver, electrolytes, and then we also look at your CBC. And so we look at a whole panel, and it's a lot of energy tests to look at to see what's going on with you energy wise. Because if you're not looking at all of that stuff, and it goes along well with your GLPs as well, because you need to look at everything. So we want to look at all of that. It's really important to look at all of that. So we can do all of that for $199, and it's done in your backyard, basically at a lab corp. So we can help you, check all of your labs also. So if everybody could please share my live, I would really appreciate it. And if you could please follow both of my pages, that would be awesome as well. So it is at Recrea Health and Recrea Wellness. All of you are on my Recrea Wellness right now. And then I really do appreciate if you could do that. And then we have about 30 more minutes here. So thank you. Need to do that. I have a LabCorp close to my house. So yeah, Jose, you just reach out, DM us, and I can get you set up with that, honestly. And then I do the free consultation as well. So we go over all of that. I give you ideas of things that you can do to help you feel better naturally. And we do have all of the vitamins available. And they're really honestly pretty inexpensive, because I try to keep everything simple and very inexpensive, to be honest with you. Because, speaking of that, Frank, do you need any vitamins? Have you been taking your vitamins, Frank? Because, I can tell you that you need to take them, but if you don't take them, it's not going to make you feel better. So I'm coming to see you on Saturday, Frank. So are you taking your vitamins? Yeah, so that is honestly stuff that we can do for you. And it's always a free consultation. So if you ever aren't able to get a hold of your providers that are out there, we are definitely able to help you. So all you have to do is just DM us, and we would be more than happy to help you. Does this B work also cover like menopause stuff? Yes, it does. So we actually check for hormone levels, and then Frank does need his vitamins. I knew it. So Frank, just text us and let us know which vitamins you need. So yes, we can actually do your menopause hormones, and we can actually help you with those. And if I can't prescribe in the state that you're in, then I can direct you in the correct direction to let you know what you need. And then I could probably hook you up with a provider that can prescribe you those vitamins. So definitely, we could help you. So, and I'm 51, but I absolutely love helping with the hormones, because they really are really important. We feel like doo-doo when our hormones are a mess. Okay, good to know. I will need that soon. I'm in California. So actually, I do have a provider that I work with, and so we can help you in California with your hormones. So definitely. And the other thing is I don't know if you guys saw, but last week they released that the FDA had been lying to us and telling us that hormones caused women cancer for all of these years, but we have known that it was the opposite, that hormones actually protected us from cancer. So we can now get hormones knowing that safely they do not cause cancer. So we've known this for a very long time. And so it is safe for us to get hormones, and they are life changing, honestly. I've been doing hormones now for 4 years, and they're so amazing. So amazing. I won't live without them. I'm 2 weeks late and getting mine. I got them last Friday. Oh my gosh, what a miserable week it has been not having them. Actually, 2 weeks. It has been pretty brutal. So I'm thankful that I finally have my hormones back. I think those around me, my mom last week said, "Oh my God, would you please get your hormones because you're driving us all nuts." Does your hormone test why I'm not in the mood anymore? Yes, it does, actually. What's crazy is a lot of times when you go to like your GYN or your primary and they check your hormone, they don't check your testosterone. We are extremely sensitive to testosterone. Veronica said, "Thank God your hormones are." Veronica has to deal with me on a daily. And yeah, she's probably thankful my hormones are getting back into the place. Okay, a lot of times they don't check our testosterone. They never check our testosterone. Our testosterone has a lot to do with why we're not in the mood. And they don't give us testosterone. So when we do the hormones and we give you testosterone, all of a sudden you're back in the mood. It is insane. And you really need to make sure that you're getting that checked, and we can help correct that. And it's crazy because in about 2 weeks after you get your testosterone, we do pellets here at the clinic, but we can do creams, or I can help you find a place to get the pellets. I personally prefer the pellets, but if you can't get the pellets or you're against getting the pellets, then we can do the creams. But it is, oh my gosh, life changing. It is marriage saving. It is one of the most amazing things that you will ever do for yourself and for your marriages. And yeah, especially if you both get them done, it's marriage saving. And FDR hit it when he hit it on the head when he was talking about, saying that, we've done wrong by women all of these years. And he said, probably one of the leading causes of divorce is menopause. And it really truly is. I had a lady today that I was consulting, and she hasn't had intimate time with her husband for 2 years because of the pain. And, by being intimate with him, the pain that it caused was just unbearable. And so she just hasn't been intimate with him for 2 years. And that's sad. And, and I need to correct that. I need to fix that. And that's what I do. And, so if you're interested in labs, just DM me. And that's the beginning. And what's super cool about what we do is we get your labs, you fill out a questionnaire, and then we put that in a computer program, and it gives me individual dosing for each individual person, for men and women. So it's not just that we do the dosing, oh, you're a woman, here's a patch, or oh, you're, this is your symptom, here it's this. We actually do individual dosing for each individual person. My doctor just said it's not perimenopause without even testing. Or my doctor is, yeah, that is what they do all the time. They say they never test it. They say, oh, here, you're having this symptom, here, let's put this patch on it. Or you're not old enough. Or, you're a woman, so we'll just give you this. It's just so aggravating to me. So what we need to do, so what we do is blood work, your symptoms, put it in a computer program, and then it gives me dosing. And I honestly, everybody's different. Everybody is different. And that is what's so cool about what we do, is we give each individual a different dosing. And that is what I want to do, and I love it. Yeah, you do need more tests, Frank. And we do it all the time. And I actually, if you live close to us and you come into our clinic, we test your hormones for free. So if you are local, you are more than welcome to come in here. And we because it's I have a deal with the local lab, and I can, but when I use LabCorp, I have to charge that 199. But what's super awesome is we can, if you do the creams in a pharmacy that I can do the creams, I include that in that 199. So we try to be very reasonable, and we try to help you out as much as we can. Oh yeah, insurance won't pay a lot of times for even hormones or the GLPs. Yeah, it is very, very common, and that is not something I I gave up dealing with insurance about 8 or 9 years ago because I got tired of the insurance telling me how to practice. Because I just figure, you know what, it is. I went to school to learn how to take care of people. And I have been working with GLPs now for 4 years. I've been taking them for 4 years. So I understand fully how to prescribe them, how to help people be healthy on them. And it is my job as a practitioner, as a nurse practitioner, to prescribe them. And I don't want insurance companies telling me how to do my job. So that's why I gave up the whole insurance thing so many years ago. So, but our cost is for S 299 in most states. Our T is 450. So if you are interested, you are more than welcome to DM us and we can help you get them. And we do cover 47 states. So we would be more than happy to take care of you or have you come on as a patient with us. And we do have great success. Very rarely do we have people not have success. So, please reach out to us. We do have the labs that we do across the country as well. And we are more than happy to have you join our family. And we have a very simple process, and we have a very good program. So, anything that you guys need, and you don't have to get stuff from us either. You can just DM us for a free consultation if you have questions. We are more than happy to help you as well. So, just please follow us. Follow my main page, which is Recrea Health. I'm not live on there right now because I am I get in trouble on that page a lot, and I'm really trying to keep that page from not getting in trouble. So I'm only live on this page. I'm going to be live on here Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Um, Thank you, Frank. Frank said I do great working with everyone, that I do. Oh, that you do, how everyone is different. Yeah, I do focus on that. Every single person is different. I'm different than every other woman. Every woman is different than me. And that goes for the GLPs, that goes for hormones. Men are different. Every single man is different. And that's what I think a lot of our providers get into the habit of, is getting rushed. They're really rushed these days. And when you deal with insurance, or you deal with, like the big hospital groups, you have to see so many patients an hour. I don't have to do that because I own my own practice. So nobody's telling me what to do. I get to do what I want to do. And that's why I love what I do. I can take as much time as I want. I can do me. And I tell all of you to do you. Just do yourself. Just do what you want to do, and that's why I love what I do. And I am so appreciative of the fact of being where I am in my life, and, being in my own practice, taking care of, you guys. And just, I've worked hard to be able to get to this point in my life. And I love just where I am at, being on these meds for 4 years, the changes that I've been able to do, not being that person in that picture anymore. And just, it's just been a phenomenal journey, and it's still going. And that's what I absolutely love. And I am just appreciative for all of you. You really have done me a lot as well. And, every time I'm on these lives, I get to meet so many more new people. And, I see the numbers. you know, a lot of you stay and several of you don't. You just fly through here, which is that's okay. You know, that's all right. It's all good. Oh, you know what? Next Thursday's Thanksgiving. I won't be doing a live next Thursday. I'll probably do one on Wednesday though. We can do a pre-Thanksgiving live, so that'll be kind of cool. Uh, yeah, but I don't think you guys want to see me on Thanksgiving. We could do a Thanksgiving pity party the next day when we're all stuffed from all the food that we ate. And I do have a how to eat on Thanksgiving video up, and you know, I was going to tell everybody what's a simple carb versus a complex carb. Let's discuss that. I want to see you on Turkey Day. You okay, Jose? All right, yeah, really, you want to see me on Turkey Day? Well, you never know. We might have to. I might get bored and just decide that because we're eating at noon. So I might get bored and have to go live in the evening because I'm just so bored. You never know. Um, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing in the afternoon because everybody, yeah, once you eat, when you eat early in the day, who knows what'll go on. All right, so let's talk about simple carbs. Um, yeah, well, Frank, you're not on GLPs, so you don't have to worry about it, sir. Uh, yeah, so let's talk about simple carbs. All right, so simple carbs are anything processed white. So when you look at food, if it's processed to be white, you don't want to eat it because it's going to give you the sulfur burps. It's going to give you the burps, indigestion, nausea. It might even make you throw up. So you want to stay away from the simple carbs. And I think almost everything on Thanksgiving Day is a simple carbs. But I really, really, really like pumpkin pie. So I may have to partake of that pumpkin pie. All right. Then complex carbs. That's anything that's naturally in the earth. So I would probably give up everything else on Thanksgiving and just have a piece of pumpkin pie because pumpkin pie is probably my favorite thing. So I could forego everything else on that Thanksgiving table just to eat the pumpkin pie, honestly. Because my daughter and we make some darn good pies. And I haven't seen her name pop up yet, but I love the pumpkin pie. Yeah, and that's my absolute favorite. I don't know if you guys all want to write up what your favorite Thanksgiving thing is, but mine's the pumpkin pie. All right, complex carb is anything naturally in the earth. So if you think about it, that's like your vegetables, your whole grains, your potatoes, your roots, your oats. So all of that is really naturally. Jose says mine is any pie. I always said I've never met a pie I don't like. Green bean casserole. Oh my gosh. Yes, that one is a really good one too. That one might actually be one of the healthier things that you could have, to be honest with you. I guess it depends on how you make it. But I really do like the green bean casserole. But I still would take a pumpkin pie over a green bean casserole. Sweet potatoes would be my next one. But I really do like the pumpkin pie. That stuff's pretty darn good. All right. Then you have your proteins. So when I'm teaching people what to eat or what not to eat, those are the three categories that I look at. I don't worry about the fats. I don't do micro or macros. It's too confusing. And I have found out that if I make things confusing, you're not going to do it. So I'm not going to do it. So if I'm not going to do it, then why would I ask you to do it? So I try to keep things as simple as possible. That I love simplicity. Our lives are already too darn complicated. So if I can keep it simple, I'm going to keep it simple. Okay. So simple carbs will make you sick. So you want to stay away from them. Anything processed white. Complex carbs are naturally in the earth. So if it's naturally in the earth, it shouldn't make you sick. Now, I didn't mention fruit. Fruit. If you don't eat fruit, or I recommend not eating fruit because fruit, if you don't burn it, turns to simple sugars and it has a high glycemic. So you want to try to stay away from the fruit. So that's why I recommend staying away from the fruit. So that's the three categories I worry about. All right, Frank, you ruined it because I don't like the marshmallows, but I do like the brown sugar. So Frank said, and remember, I said Frank isn't on GLP, so he's cheating. All right. So Frank said sweet potatoes with marshmallows and brown sugar. So I'm not a big fan of the marshmallows, but I do like the brown sugar and the butter. Yeah, so so I would do the sweet potatoes and the pie, the pumpkin pie. Okay, so somebody, Jose says he likes the fruit. I know. I'm sorry, Jose. I'm just ruining your whole day here. And then, yeah, I'm sorry, Frank or Jose. Yeah, fruit. It just has a high glycemic. But if you're eating it on a day that you're hitting the gym, it's fine. But if you're not hitting the gym, then I wouldn't recommend the fruit because that fruit will get you. It can make you gain, and you don't want to have the gain from the fruit. So you just need to be very careful with fruit. Yeah, because it can get you. But it definitely is one of those that you want to be mindful of because fruit, carrots have a very high glycemic control. Veronica says she likes the stuffing and the cranberry sauce. Her dad and her and my brother are the only ones that like the cranberry sauce. And Veronica, I got 2 cans of it. Yes. All right. So 1 second, everybody. I gotta do this puzzle piece thingy that they asked me to make sure I'm still here. Can't they see I'm talking? Come on, TikTok. I know you guys can't see it, but whatever. All right, Ashley. I have hair on my neck, fat in my stomach. Oh man, I can't say the F word. Oh, Ashley, yes, it's 100% hormonally related. PCOS. So that is, and she said pre-diabetic. That is all PCOS related symptoms right there that you're talking about. So that is, if you start a GLP, Ashley, a lot of that is going to be relieved. And what I would also, I did say the F word after I read it. I shouldn't have. Can't say the F word, Ashley. You might have got me in trouble. I have to watch that. Oh my gosh, they denied a PCOS. Dear God. Um, okay. Then you know what? Just try to get on the GLPs. I can prescribe them for you. And your insurance, since she's saying no, the insurance probably won't cover it. But our S is $299, our T is $450. And I would say just start with S. But if you DM me, I can help you with that. But they probably did a blood test and the blood test wasn't positive enough, so they're not going to say yes, you have it, but we can definitely help you. um in Ashley, I don't, how old are you, if you want to put that up here? That's, yeah, yeah, um yeah, exactly, you just weren't positive enough, and that it's so aggravating. I don't know. Yeah, Ashley, that's ridiculous. But we can, yeah, so definitely she lost her first baby. So you, we can definitely help you. And you know what's crazy, Ashley, is we have had 10 positive babies from people on GLPs, and they've had amazing the babies are amazing. And my grandbaby is a positive baby from this, and he turns 1 on Saturday. So we definitely have had some wonderful PCOS babies, or like people have had fertility issues, and then they go on the GLPs, and then we get these wonderful, cute little babies from them. So we definitely have that. I have terrible pain mid-cycle around ovulation, fuzzy hair on my face, and my doctor won't help. We can help you. Veronica said protection highly recommended. Absolutely. If you don't want to get pregnant on here, then, or on these, definitely protect yourself. Yeah, and I'm so sorry you lost your first baby. That just is terrible, and I'm sorry they won't believe you. And you know what? We learned in school, treat the patient, not the tests. And it aggravates me to no end, like with hormones, perimenopausal, menopausal, PCOS, thyroid, all of these things that, we have the symptoms, we have the way we feel, and I had it too. And they're like, "Oh, you're fine. The test says you're fine." Bull. You know what? We felt like crap. and they just wouldn't prescribe something, or they just wouldn't take care of us. So, it is ridiculous. And you know what? There are more providers out there. There are more doctors out there. You just have to find the right one. And, sometimes it is just going out there and just finding the right one. And you will find the one that will help you. And just, you can DM me. And if you need help, I can help you. And, if you have the blood work, I can help you. Ashley, did they even do an ultrasound of your ovaries? I'm just curious on that. And so I'm 51, and I actually, when I was in the military, I actually had to have ovarian cysts drained. But back when I was 21, 22, there wasn't we didn't have PCOS. And I am fortunate that when I went off of birth control, because when you go off of birth control, you can have an influx of eggs. And fortunately, I had that, and I had my daughter at 27, because I probably had PCOS and didn't know it, because they didn't have that diagnosis back then, or it just wasn't a thing. I also have lichen sclerosis and hypothyroidism, really bad eczema flares. Yep. And did they tell you, I think you call that tweaks, or TTEWKS. Did they tell you have PCOS, or are they telling you do not? I'm just curious. So I am, yes, I'm a nurse practitioner. Nope, they won't do any tests. Okay, our testing is $199. But a lot of times I don't even, because if you have the symptoms, okay, they did the ultrasound, but I do have fibroids. Yeah, a lot of times you don't need to do the test. You can just treat off of symptoms. So that's a lot of times how I practice. You can do the test just to verify the symptoms if you are trying to do your insurance, to get your insurance to pay for things. Hello, Romano Cheese. How are you? So you don't always have, if you're not going through insurance, you don't have to do the tests, because you can, absolutely, you 100% can. But if you don't have insurance, you don't have to do the tests, but of course you have to document everything like that. But so there's a lot of different ways to look at things and different ways to do things. So always DM us. We do free ultrasounds. Dear God, I wish. Free consultations. So we're always more than happy to help you figure out things. We're always more than happy to talk to you. So just reach out, DM, and I'd be more happy to help you navigate the system as well. So that's always an option. Please follow both of my pages. I have Recrea Health and I have Recrea Wellness. Recrea Health is my main page. So please go over there. Please follow. I have a ton of videos that I do over there. I'm always putting stuff up there. All of the products that I recommend are products that complement hormones or GLPs. I have whores. I didn't finish my thought process there, but I have vitamins on there. I have protein on there. ZenWise and Leafair are two of my favorite probiotics. I have the digestive enzymes on there, which is ZenWise, but I have all kinds of wonderful supportive things over there for everything related to GLPs and hormones. So I highly recommend going over there. There might be something that you find that you want. We have some really good proteins that we highly recommend. We try everything, okay? Everything. Veronica and I, my marketing guys, my husband, my family, we try everything. So follow both of my pages and make sure that you share my lives. I'm always on here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So anything you want to purchase, I would appreciate it. It is, definitely helping me grow on TikTok. So I really do appreciate everything that you're doing for me. And, if you have any questions, just really reach out to me. Uh, I am here. I have just a few more minutes. So does anybody else have any other questions? And I am happy you guys have been giving me some hearts. So if you want to do some more hearts, that would be fantastic. I would appreciate it. And please pass out, I'm really honestly just here to teach and educate. And I just want you to be safe. I could care less if you purchase anything from me or if you're purchasing your meds from me. I just want you to be safe on these meds. That really, truly is all I am here for. Because if you are not taking these safely and getting sick on them, then I didn't do my job. And your providers aren't doing their job. And that scares the crap out of me because a lot of these providers aren't doing their job the right way. Or you're getting them from the gray market and they could care less how you're taking them. And that's what scares me even more is you getting them from the wrong places and people aren't making sure that you're safe. So I want to make sure that you are taking them safe. And I've been on them for 4 years. So I really, truly do understand these meds. And I really, truly do want you on them the right way. So please follow both of my pages. And I do have at Recrea Health and at Recrea Wellness. Any specific labs I should have checked in menopause with slow weight loss post VSG. Yes. So what we do is our labs are $199 and we could do them across the country. But what we check is vitamin D, we check B12, we check 4 thyroid tests, we do 4 hormone test, 4 hormone, 4 thyroid. We check your kidney, liver electrolytes as well as a CBC to check, make sure you're not anemic. We check your iron levels as well. So we check quite a bit to make sure that everything is running smoothly. We do a good energy kind of check because we want to make sure that your energy levels are where they are also. But your B12 and D are a really good check also, but not just checking your TSH. We want to check the 4 thyroid test because when you're just checking your 1 thyroid, the TSH, it doesn't give you a good look at your thyroid. So you want to check the 4 thyroid tests. I've actually caught about 20 Hashimoto's now. And it's, we really need to look at the full thyroid, not just that TSH, because a lot of times there's more to the thyroid than just the TSH. So that's why we really want to do a full panel of all of that. And I don't just say, oh, you're normal. I actually want to try and optimize your thyroid. I want to optimize your health. So thank you, Ashley, for sending that message. So DM us. We really do want to try to make sure that you are healthy, you're happy, you're doing things the right way. And if I can't help you, I know somebody that can. And that is what makes everything, a good, strong healthcare system. We can refer you to the right people. And I love that there's a lot of PAs and NPs on here as well. And I'm trying to build a wonderful network so that we can help each other, because there's a lot of nurses on here as well, which is fantastic. And I have been prescribing these for 4 years. I've been taking them for 4 years. And I think with me, not only prescribing them, but me also taking them, I really do truly understand these meds. And it really does give me the opportunity to be very knowledgeable about them. And I think me being knowledgeable as well as, having a lot of people in my pocket that really helps me understand them well. So, watch my videos and please comment on my videos, because I really, really do, understand them. Teresa commented to Ashley and said, hope you reach out to them. They are wonderful. Thank you, Teresa. Teresa reached out. Oh, it's been what, 2-3 months now, Teresa, that's been with us. And Teresa actually turned her daughter onto us as well. And, we really, this is us, I'm like this most of the time. I'm really truly am. Yeah, and if you ever, once you're in our family, you're in our family, and it truly is a family. I do treat you as if you are our family. And, Veronica does as well. At least Veronica and I might get snippy with each other, but yeah. And actually, yeah, Teresa's daughter was able to get a coworker signed up as well. And we do have an affiliate program, just so everybody knows. So if you are able to get anybody signed up with us, even if you're not signed up with us, we will send you $30. So we do have an affiliate program. So if you're interested in becoming an affiliate, just let me know that as well, so you can DM us. We do other peptides also. So we are white labeling, and it will be available on TikTok. They said February. I'm hoping before then, but we are white labeling our own Recrea Burn, which is going to be super cool. So it's going to help with metabolism, immunity, and help with energy. So we will have that hopefully, I hope before February. So we will have lipo burn, which we were talking about quite a bit here. So when you hit that stall and you need a little extra energy boost, that will be available. I do have it available. So if you're interested in that, DM me and I can hook you up with that as well. I have, I already hit an hour and 15 minutes. So if you are interested in anything, just DM us, and I would be more than happy to give you any information on that at all. And I thank you for everything. And please reach out, and